Good Friday. Why do they call Good Friday Good Friday? It was a bummed out day for somebody. But anyway, good morning, everyone. I'm going to talk some more about the tarot because a couple days ago we ordered our tarot decks as an exercise in trying to vicariously order ourselves and sort of give us a lube job to make us vibrate more to the perfected machine that is the machine of consciousness. And so you may already have your tarot decks divided into the greater arcana, the 22 trump cards of the greater arcana, and you've already divided your lesser arcana into wands, cups, swords, and discs, and that corresponds to the four great Kabbalistic worlds that are generated like fractals off of the giant great name of God Yod He Vav He, represented by the four chickens on my chicken Qabalah hat. Yod He Vav He, so wands are cups, or wands are Yod, cups are He, swords are Vav, and discs are He. Then, if we look inside, if we put this ace under a microscope, we see four court cards. The Knight, the Queen, the Prince, and the Princess. And those are a smaller fractal of the big Yod that the wands represent. And on a tree of life, this would be the ace, Kether, number one, and the four court cards would represent the Knight, the Queen, and this whole area here, the Prince, and number 10, the Princess. So, the unity, Yod, He, Vav, He. Now, put those under a microscope, and we also see the small cards in every suit. And the small cards would represent the 2 through 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of wands. Isn't that clean? Just imagine putting an ace under a microscope and seeing the four court cards and then the 9 small cards. You keep turning the power of the microscope up. Now, you might say there are more than, that means there's more than one tree of life. You're absolutely right. There's 4 trees of life. And there's 4 parts of our souls. And they all represent, all are represented by the suit of the wands, suit of cups, suit of swords, and suit of discs. It's like a fractal. Now you may ask, where does the 22 trumps come in. Well, if you'll notice there, on a single tree of life, there are 22 paths that join all of the Sephiroth together. The secret is the same cards. The Greater Arcana is so big, so cosmic, so universal, that it is the 22 trumps, the 22 paths of all 4 trees of life, simultaneously, multidimensionally. The Greater Arcana is big, big stuff and deals with the nature of dimension, the nature of being itself. The 3 mother letters of the Greater Arcana literally create the idea of up and down, right and left, forward and backwards. They actually create space and movement, relative movement within the space that those 3 things, those 3 mother letters, those 3 tarot trumps, the Fool, the Hangman, and the Aeon card, or the Justice, or Judgment card, create those. Those are the 3 primitive elements, and they create the center point and the 6 walls of a cube, and those are the 7 planetary trumps, and then the edges of the cube, the 12 edges of the cube, represent the 12 simple letters and the 12 zodiacal trumps in the tarot. And it's constantly expanding, just like the Big Bang. This is a Kabbalistic attempt at describing the Big Bang creation. Now that Big Bang comes out of a center, a mysterious singularity that exists before dimension, and that is represented in the tarot by the Universe card. Now the Universe card has a lot in common with the Fool card. They're both zeros. 0 at the beginning or prior to the universe jumping into manifestation, and the 0 of a completely fulfilled, manifested existence getting ready to return to pre-existent. So the Fool jumps out of a big nothing. The rest of the trumps show the dynamics of everything that takes place and the sequence of events and the dynamics of the events that completely fulfill all the potential that jumped out at us from the Fool and is represented by the mysterious element Saturn, which holds double duty. It holds double duty with the element Earth. And that's why they say Earth, Malkuth, down here in number 10, is in Kether, number 1, the ace, but after a different manner. Malkuth is in Kether, and Kether is in Malkuth, only after a different manner. But if we'd actually wake up, we'd realize they're one and the same. That's why the princesses, the earth element of their suit, is a very special court card. She does not get to represent limited quadrants of time, like the king and the queen and the prince, or the knight, queen and prince do. They get to represent 30 degrees of the zodiac, but the princess doesn't. No, she's treated differently. The princess is actually called the throne of the ace of her suit, in the same way that Malkuth is in Kether. Kether is in Malkuth, only after a different manner. And that gave rise to the Kabbalistic tradition that we, in a sense, are already Kether. We're already awakened. We're already the singularity. The great work is just progressively more awakening into Kether. That's why the Kabbalistic tradition that even the angels, like the archangels up here, and the angel down here, and the spirits and intelligences down here, every one of them would give their right wing to be born and exist in 10, because 10 has absolutely a little bit of everything. From down here in 10, we can clone ourselves. If we play our cards right, we can clone ourselves back to the awakening that we are number 1. See? We've got something that only number 1 has, and that's a little bit of everything. All the angels, the archangels, and spirits and intelligences are middle management and don't have what it takes to clone themselves back to Godhead. It takes the princess. We're sleeping princesses, and we need it, and that's just the sequence. We're a sleeping princess. We need a prince to wake us up, which is our own self, okay? Our own more awakened self, our own holy guardian angel. That's who lives in 6. In that center section, that's the holy guardian angel. That's our sleeping princess. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is the holy guardian angel. Okay. So the sleeping princess is awakened by the holy guardian angel, our prince, and we get married. And he knocks us up, making us a mother, which needs to happen before he can become a father. And in that ecstatic end of the sequence, realize that they're the 8s. So you're probably totally, hopelessly confused, but that's as good as I can do in 15 minutes. And that's where I'm going to leave us for today. If you have any questions, go to a book. Well, at least for a little while. I'm incredibly distracted at the moment, but I love doing this. This is very important to my own happiness and what mental health I currently enjoy. And so I thank you very much for being here every morning. I appreciate your comments, and I will try to answer the best way I can in the time that's I'm allowed. Until then, enjoy the Yod Hey Vav Hey of the chicken coop. And we'll see you tomorrow for Saturday's coop. Until then, do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law, love under will.